This week on The Rock, Cora Nerona brings us a segment about the women's rights movement coming to Anacortes in a big way.
Next, Gabriel Apple highlights the success of our very own basketball team.
Finally, Isabella Zullo brings us a piece on the Speech and Debate Club here at AHS.
All that and more on this week's edition of The Rock.
Three, two, 1, 0.
Welcome back to The Rock, everyone. I'm Abby Davis.
And I'm Connor Powell.
We have a really great show for you all today.
Just last weekend, the Anacortes Women's March took place.
Cora Nerona and John Harrison went down to the depot to experience the event firsthand.
Over this past weekend, the streets of many major U.S. cities have been filled with people marching under one shared goal: to advocate for legislation regarding equal rights for women. From Seattle to San Francisco, Buffalo to Bellingham, a shared movement gave a space for a diverse range of topics to be discussed, such as LGBTQ and reproductive rights, environmental justice, and decreasing the wage gap. With these large-scale protests taking main stage for this past weekend, it's easy to forget about grassroots movements like the small-scale Women's March that happened on Saturday evening here in Anacortes. Earlier on in the week, John Archibald, the owner of Johnny Picasso's, kept his business open for an extra hour in order to have a space for people to make signs. Jennifer Bowman, a parent of AHS graduate Zachary Bowman, was in attendance, making signs out of foam core and plywood. Around the time of last year's inauguration, there were many protests around the nation sparked by people against the Trump administration. Jennifer Bowman gave us her take on the reaction of women around Anacortes at the time, with a candlelight vigil being held in protest.
So I ended up making about 40 signs, two-sided, and I showed up with about 15 of them at the candlelight dinner, and 300 people were what we expected to show up. 1,250 people, I think is what the final count was, showed up. And all of a sudden it was just this empowering movement of, I'm not alone.
Saturday evening was the big showing for Anacortes, with over 75 people showing up at the depot on the corner of 7th Street and R Avenue.
Are you okay?
The connection that I have to the Women's March is that my whole family are pretty much activists and have been since I was a baby and before I was even born. And so this was a very important protest and march to join.
I think discussion is key for this kind of movement, and just politics right now are very divided. So discussion and just being able to have those conversations and kind of decrease the division.
Yeah, it's very heated right now, and the Women's March kind of tries to break away from that and kind of more focus on unity and diversity and becoming one instead of divided.
It's really inspiring to see the Anacortes community come together for a great cause.
The Anacortes community is also really passionate about the boys basketball team, who have had a great season so far.
Indeed. Gabriel Apple and Georgia Stoltz sat down with some of the players.
As many of us know, the boys basketball team has been killing this season. They're undefeated in league play and plan to continue that winning streak. We're going to interview some of their players just to take a look inside in their season.
So far we're 14-1. Our one loss to Linden Christian, and they're number 1 for 1A.
We're playing pretty well. We're starting to really come together as a team, so that's nice. Starting to play at the level that we want to.
I really like the team this year, and we have good chemistry, and it's fun to play together. Yeah.
We've been together since 4th grade playing together, so we all have good chemistry.
We're all pretty good friends at this point. There's not a lot of animosity on the team. We're all pretty good friends.
Over winter break, the boys also had a chance to participate in a tournament in Alaska. Here they managed to come out on top against 8 other teams from all over the state. This was the first win the Anacortes boys team had ever received attending this tournament.
Played a game a day, and we stayed with host families, which is pretty cool. Ours made, we had steak the first night, so that was really cool.
Most of us haven't been here since freshman year, and when we went freshman year they got second in Alaska, and it's our first time getting first, so we're all pretty stoked.
And Alaska is beautiful, and the teams we played were pretty good.
It was nice to know that we were going into the rest of the winter break practices having won the tournament, because if we'd lost, it would not have been fun.
I think our goal is to get as far as we can, and yeah, I think we have a good shot at get into state and placing?
Definitely get first in districts and go to state.
If we play the way we should, we have a really good chance of performing very well at state.
Feeling pretty good. We have 5 games left so far, and we should win them and hopefully go into districts with a good seed into state.
Great job this season, boys. I can't wait to see how the rest of the season unfolds. From my rock to yours, this is Gabriel Apple.
Hopefully our team will make it to state. Good luck, boys.
Speaking of state, we have 3 students in speech and debate who already have state bids.
You and Isabella Zulu made a segment on those hardworking students, right?
That's right. Let's check it out.
What's really awesome about speech and debate is it's not like a sport where if you want to be in basketball, you have to try out and come to all the practices and attend all the games. What's nice about speech and debate is that it's really a lot of individual events, and we give you a schedule at the beginning of the year and you go to the tournaments that you can go to. You come and practice when you can practice. So we have people on our team that play sports and then come to this, and you can be in lots of different clubs and still be part of speech and debate.
What are some of the positives of being in speech and debate?
Definitely comfort with public speaking and being able to make a speech impromptu, especially in public forum. You can't prepare for everything. And also getting out of your comfort zone too. That was something that really motivated me to do it, because in our day-to-day lives we don't do terribly much that really pushes us to that next level, and that was something like that for me. So yeah.
So basically we have 5 district competitions throughout the school year, and if you place first place in any of those, you automatically get to go to state.
I do public forum for one thing, which is debate, and I also tried IR, which I would like to get better at and improve on.
So Anna and I did manage to get to state at this last tournament at Glacier Peak, which was the second weekend of January, and it was really awesome because to get to state for debate, you have to get first place in the event, and the fact that we were able to get to state just was just thrilling, because our finals round we didn't expect to get first. In fact, we were expecting a second place win. So when we heard that we got first and got a state bid, we were just so excited because it's going to be our first time to go to state.
I haven't had a debate team qualify for state in 5 years. I've been here 12 years, and this is only my 4th debate team that I've qualified.
So my favorite benefit from speech and debate is getting to support others and have others support you. When we won first, everybody congratulated us, and then when Brandon Cross and Anna Pruitt won first for public forum, I actually cried. That's how involved I feel with these people.
One of the biggest regrets I hear from people, like the amazing people you get to meet at the tournaments, is that they didn't join earlier, because many people get into their junior or senior year, and then you don't have as much time to grow and to get as good as things as you would like. So join earlier if you're at all interested.
I would recommend everyone to join speech and debate because of the lessons it teaches you. Just the growth that I've made in my own season. Starting my junior year, I was definitely more shy of speaking, but just coming through speech and debate and completing it has really taught people how to speak better, how to make your points better, and above all, just really, learn both sides of any argument. I know that's an issue that a lot of people do have today. They only look at one side. Speech and debate teaches you and actually forces you to look at both sides of any issue, because you need to be able to argue both sides. So I'd really recommend it to expand your skill level on speaking, and it really does teach good lessons.
Capable of accomplishing.
Yeah, I agree. Teamwork really does make the dream work. Make sure to tune in next week for more information on Rock the Island, which is taking place on next Saturday.
And that's it for The Rock. If you guys have any suggestions for future segments, make sure to email us at therock@asd103.org.
And from our rock to yours, have a great day, AHS.